finish, I want to give you the platform and an opportunity to take the stage and leave us with a bit of your wisdom. Of course, you've done that for the past hour, but I want to give you a space of time where you can talk about absolutely anything you want. It could be something related to what we're talking about today, or it could be something completely different. I know you don't watch TV, so it's not going to be a TV show. It could be about your workout. It could be about, relationships, but the stage is all yours, my friend.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom. Thank you for having me on again. Really appreciate it. And I think I'm going to leave you with someone else's wisdom. Everything that I know, I learned from other people, aside from the things I had to stumble along my own way and carve my own path and learn along that journey of lots of bumps and failures and, hopefully, found my way out on the other side most times. But one thing that really resonates with me is a quote from H. Jackson Brown Jr., who wrote in a book, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things that you did do. And then he goes on to say, sail away from the safe harbors, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. That's poetic stuff I don't really care about. But what I do care about is whether it's 20 years from now or 2 years from now, you don't want to be asking what might have been. Man, I had an opportunity to change my diet and change my life, and I didn't do it. And now here's my reality. Or, I always wanted to pursue this dream, but I just, couldn't find the courage to do it. Or I never knew that I could believe in myself because I was discouraged from doing so because others didn't believe in me. And I really believe that is one of the powerful messages that at the end of the day, we are going to be more disappointed by the things we didn't do, the dreams we didn't pursue, the actions we didn't take, the things we didn't say, than by the things that we did do. And so I think about that. I think about how that relates to me, how it relates to my life, what I can do for others. And I have a lot of gratitude as I think about that message of whatever awakening I had 25 years ago and been so fortunate to dedicate a quarter century of my life to reducing the suffering of others. And imagine if I hadn't done that. Or imagine if I hadn't decided to lift those weights. I wouldn't have this story. I wouldn't be talking to you. If I gave up after my first books were rejected and turned down by everybody else and said what they weren't good enough. And now, I have that ultimate story to write, when I do become a bestseller and I do have that story of vegan bodybuilding and I do make that impact, for animals and for the environment. And so that quote, again, it's often attributed to Mark Twain, but it's H. Jackson Brown Jr. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things that you did do. And so with that, I tell people to follow your passion and make it happen. It's scary. It's hard to go pursue a dream. It's hard to believe in yourself. It's hard to build muscle or to burn fat or to do something super meaningful that impacts others besides ourselves, but do it anyway, or at least, give it the best shot you've got. And also, but with that, not to just be, fully rah, you can do it, you can do anything. Also realize that it's okay to stop doing something if it's not working. It's okay. And people don't like to say this word, but it's okay to quit. It's okay to stop and quit and reflect and pursue something else. I mean, I quit as a runner, right? I quit. I did bodybuilding instead, and it took my life in a completely different direction. I quit making movies. I made one documentary, and then I tried a second one, and it failed. I couldn't get the right funding. People quit on the project. Couldn't do it. So I quit doing that and started writing books. I quit competitive bodybuilding. I was only 29 when I stopped competing because I wanted to be a writer. I had competed. I won bodybuilding competitions. I did my thing. I was ready for something else. It's okay to quit. It's okay to change. It's okay to pivot. And that's actually what makes life beautiful, is that you try lots of different things and you see what sticks. You see what resonates. You see what brings that joy. And then when you find those things that bring joy, go after it. and get as much out of it as you can. And very likely, because of how much you get out of that process, it's also a good chance you're impacting others in a positive way.